Karibuni tena sana watazamaji katika kipindi kingine cha Heartfelt with Bobbie. Leo nimeambatana katika studio na bwana Oduor Jagero na mheshimiwa Odhiambo brand. Na leo tunataka kuzungumzia ukeketaji kati ya wanaume. Pia tutazingatia mambo ya wasichana. Lakini leo nataka to focus on the Nataka to focus on the men. Guys, today I want us to discuss circumcision. Is circumcision mutilation? I want to get to know and hear from the boys, from the men, to hear about circumcision. I don't have a dick, so I can't really answer most of the questions, but I'm very interested to know. And something that prompted me to have this discussion is, we did an episode of Jagero a few months ago, within the year, and we were talking about sexual hygiene. Of course, circumcision came about because we're trying to figure out how do you clean your genitals before you have sex? And does it matter if you're circumcised or not? So in the comment section, you guys got in a frenzy and you got mad at Jagero. You were telling him he is lying. So he went and did his research. And today he's back to give us the facts.
It's not like I was lying. If you say I went and did my research, then you're saying that I was lying at the time.
No, I mean added research. Not that you didn't know what you were talking about.
Added research. I'm just going to read them the research that I've always had.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Don't fight with me in the morning, Jagero.
Mm-hmm.
So,
see, you are agreeing with those motherfuckers who are abusing me online.
No, I can never. Jack, I'm always on your side. Why do you always think I'm fighting you? We'll discuss later.
Odhiambo, are you circumcised?
Of course, yes.
Oh!
Why did you say of course? Why did you preface with
I'm wondering. That is
who
interesting.
is not?
There are so many people who are not circumcised.
Are you circumcised?
I am, but in old age.
Yeah, of course. Even me, I was circumcised in old age.
Yeah.
No, answer that part for.
Of course.
Why you said of course?
Yeah.
Of course, because I mean it's obvious.
How is it obvious?
It's never obvious. It's very interesting.
Yesterday when we were discussing, Jugs asked me, is Odhiambo circumcised? How can I know? Meaning we don't know.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not an of course thing.
I presume that many men in this day and age are circumcised.
No, that is a big lie. A lot of people. Peter, are you circumcised?
Yes. You see?
What the fuck are these people getting circumcised?
Ask him. No.
No, but this is a lawyer, obvious.
No, you're a lawyer. He's a Luo from Uyoma.
Are you circumcised? What the fuck is going on?
Why is it?
But these are very young people. These are actually Gen Zs. Gen Zs get circumcised.
Though I'm not one. You know them, they're Gen Zs.
Yeah, but you were not taken to circumcision by your mother. Were you taken there to be done by your parents?
No, myself.
By yourself, Peter? Who took you there?
My mother.
Hey.
Myself.
Wait, what's the difference between who took you and how
because then we are trying to establish whether this is cultural or this is something that you've done out of your own volition.
If it was never your choice to go for circumcision, then you're mutilated.
If it wasn't personal choice.
Yeah, you're mutilated.
Okay, that's a really good argument.
Yep.
Because I wasn't even looking at it from that point. I was thinking whether you want it or not, it's mutilation.
Can you take the mic closer to you, darling?
Whether you want to be circumcised or not, and you take yourself or not, it's seeming a bit like mutilation to me. But before I give my opinion,
I don't think it is mutilation if you took yourself there.
If you took yourself there, of course, it's not mutilation. But if you didn't take yourself there, it is mutilation.
Me, I'm so much against circumcision.
Why?
I think it is a fucked up thing, and people should not get circumcised if they don't want to. Especially for kids, you should never touch a kid's genitals.
I agree.
You know, because that is part of their anatomy.
I agree.
They have not told you to fuck it up because you're not cutting their noses. You're not cutting their ears. You're not doing anything to them. So why are you going into their genitals?
Why do you use the word fuck it up?
Because I think it's a fuck up if you're circumcised. It messes. I think it messes up because what is clit? What is the clit? What is the reason people have clit? It's
women.
It's for stimulation and sensation.
Yeah.
That's all.
And the closest thing to the clit is the glans. And if it is the closest thing to the glans, why do we have the covering of the glans? to preserve it, to preserve the sensitivity of it, because of the trousers, because of the sun, because of every weather and rainfall. We don't want to be climbing trees with your
harsh
glance.
Conditions.
Harsh conditions.
Harsh conditions.
Yeah. If you are living in the forest, we don't want you climbing the tree with your glands out. You need your glands to protect it.
Or swimming in the river.
Yes. If you get bitten by a snake, you have a buffer zone.
It's protecting you.
So that is why I'm against people that cut kids. Now, circumcision has been opposed all over the world. The reason why it has never been abolished is because of one enemy, religion. Especially for the Muslim world and Christians, especially the Jews. Okay? So 83 to 87 of people in Europe, especially the Danish people, support banning non-therapeutic circumcision as of 2016 to 2020. Despite overwhelming public opposition maintained consistently over 4 years, the Danish government voted against a ban in 2021 with a 2/3 majority. A citizen petition garnered 50,000 signatures, which exceeds the threshold of parliamentary debate. Now, 70% of the Swiss citizens favor circumcision ban. This represents a strong majority in a country known for direct democracy, yet no legislation has been enacted. The disconnect between public will and policy reflects the difficulty European governments face balancing majority opinion against religious minority rights. Minority rights. Right? So, what is the medical organization position? Because that is very important,
That one
right?
is important.
Yeah. 0 major medical organizations recommend. 0.
Is this in Europe or worldwide?
Worldwide. This is global. 0 major medical organizations recommend routine neonatal circumcision. Not a single major medical body in any country, including the American Academy of
Pediatricians.
Yes, currently recommends. They do not even recommend.
Because what would be the premise
Yes,
anyway?
this represents a global medical consensus that the procedure lacks sufficient justification for universal practice. Okay? There is a statement by APP in 2012, which was that the most favored position ever taken by a major organization expired in 2017 and has not been renewed. 38 European physicians from 16 countries condemned the practice in an unprecedented coordinated response published in Pediatrics. Physicians representing 22 pediatric associations accused the APP of cultural bias, representing the normality of non-therapeutic male circumcision in the United States. This international rebuke highlighted how identical evidence is interpreted differently based on context. Now, Royal Dutch Medical Association, good reasons for a legal prohibition. The Netherlands issued the strongest opposition statement of any medical organization worldwide in 2010, stating there is no convincing evidence circumcision is useful or necessary, and declaring it contrary to the rule that minors should only be exposed to medical treatment for illness or abnormalities. This position was endorsed virtually by all the Dutch medical specialty organizations. Now, complication. 3.8% overall complication rate in 1 in 21 procedures. A systemic review of 351 studies with over 4 million participants found that approximately 1 in every 26 circumcision results is in complications. This includes bleeding, infection, adhesions, and other issues. Most importantly, autism.
Oh, wow.
The rate increases to 7.4 for therapeutic circumcisions performed to address medical problems. Now, 7 to 20% of circumcised male develop meatal stenosis.
What's that?
This is the narrowing of the urethral opening occurs almost exclusively in circumcised males and often appears years after the original procedure. It can require surgical correction and is one of the most of the common long-term complications. Yet, it frequently excluded from complication statistics because it manifests after typical follow-up periods end. Okay? 2% experience serious adverse events, while rare, serious complications including amputation, severe hemorrhage requiring transfusion, and death. Okay? Now, the medical evidence quality. Sasa, I don't know, the legal and political developments, 2022 German court ruling, child's bodily integrity outweighs parental rights. Child's bodily
integrity
outweighs parental rights. The Cologne Regional Court ruled that religious circumcision constitute criminal bodily harm, stating that fundamental right of the child to bodily integrity takes precedence over parents' religious freedom. So if you are a Muslim, fuck you with your Muslim, with your whatever.
Yeah.
If you are Christianity, fuck your Christianity. Your child is not a Christian.
Yeah. But
He's just been born. He's not chosen anything.
Do you think it's easy for parents to separate themselves from the needs and wants of their kids, especially in this context? Let's bring it back to Africa now.
Is that
Tell me
question
how
for
you're
Odhiambo?
gonna. This is open. All my questions are open. This is a discussion, not an interview. Anyone can chime in anytime. Do you think in Africa we're ready to reach a space where we're able to have this conversation without? Because when we were talking, we weren't even talking about the main topic wasn't circumcision, but you saw how people reacted in the comments. They even started getting personal. They brought tribe.
Let me contextualize something here.
Okay.
Let me contextualize something here, Bobbie.
Yeah.
That circumcision is a practice that was meant to be a rite of passage. And in the African culture, but also across many cultures, as you can see evidence by both the Bible and the Quran.
Yeah.
That's the truth that's there. Maybe it's not a fact, but it's a truth. When you look at circumcision, even in those contexts, there was no circumcision amongst children. It was a rite of passage because it was what was happening between, or at the time when a child was transitioning to be an adult, amebalehe,
yes.
Especially when they were starting to experience those stuff like the night dreams, wet dreams, etc. And majorly you'll find they were between 12 and 13. Well, by classification of age in terms of the civil way, then that's a child because you're considered a child until when you're 18. But in that period, averagely, somebody who was 12, 13 was considered to be a child who should transition into a youth. Adulthood, basically, yeah? And because you couldn't wait for 18. I mean, 18 wamejua vitu mingi. So between 12 and 13, it was being used as a rite of passage, where men would then be circumcised, the same as women, into now adulthood. I was in Korea a few years ago. Maybe let me contextualize it further for the female folk. I know we're talking about male, right? But let me contextualize it further for female folk. When I was in Korea at a place called Ntimaru in 2021, I went there to talk about, to decampaign female genital mutilation. Because most people who are undergoing the cut were not going there willingly. They were always pressurized by the culture to go for it. And as I was teaching right in one school there, plus all the anti-FGM campaigners in Korea, there was something called the Festival of the Umbrellas that was happening. So in Korea land, the Festival of the Umbrella simply means a girl has undergone the cut and has started healing, and so they go to be tested. Testing means now they're going to have sex for the first time after, all right? And that's why so many teenage pregnancies are also in Korea land. What was basically happening in this context that I'm trying to lay is that many girls, just the same to many boys, were being transitioned from being a child to an adult. Now that said, if you look at whatever Jagero has just read here, it is a research that is contextualizing or is localizing on children and not on adults. Yes, of course, once you don't have the will to go for circumcision, or when you don't have the choice to go for circumcision, then of course you're being mutilated because that foreskin needs to be there. That hood that needs to cover or the whatever needs to be there. There's a reason as to why it is there at that particular time. Now, there are also reasons why people did not want in the olden days, especially for women, across cultures again, that they had to be cut. the issue there was they didn't want the women to be hoes, quote unquote, because with sensitivity, the woman would be excited more. Where Jagero comes from is called kabodo. There's a reason as why it is called kabodo in Nyakach. It's because the man there married a kisi. Quote unquote, this is a story that is there in Nyakach. It is popular that whenever men were going to plant or to the shamba, the man would get busy until 11 because the woman was not getting satisfied because she had undergone the cut. Okay, and many more stories. They wanted to do this, and even if you read the River Between, you realize the same story goes ahead there. Mudoni and who. The story goes on there about cutting, meaning that you're being regularized, not to want more. Just like in Muslim community, for example, Jagero, a man cannot shake a woman's hand because it's a little matamanio. Atakuwa turned on. So they're very basic things. Now, on the third context, I'm looking at the VMMC clinical trial, which I participated in 2008, 2012. It was being run by an organization in Kisumu that was headed by Professor Kawango, the late. And whatever they were doing was trying to test the efficacy of circumcision as an HIV new infection prevention. Yeah, why? Because if you look at the way HIV gets into the body, it gets into the body through a wound. HIV cannot get into the body through nothing else, just a wound. So normally when you have sex, especially when you're not circumcised for a man,
or through saliva, they say.
Of course, even through saliva. When you have sex, when you have a wound in the mouth, an active wound.
Just saliva, chances are very low, almost none. But if you have a cut in the
wound,
mouth,
it is almost certain. So like when you have sex with because this is what we're being taught then, when you have sex with a woman, of course, and even a man, for those men having sex with men, the friction that is there, because there's always friction, it has microscopic cuts on the head of the penis.
Let me ask, iyo nyama ya hapo inakwanga iyo hood inakwanga soft sana na sensitive sana.
Yes, for those who are not circumcised, it is very soft. Okay, because it is even protected.
What you've not played with it?
I plead the fifth. I started this episode by saying
swali nataka jibu. You cannot plead the fifth on this one.
Teach me like a clueless person, please.
Okay.
I'm asking questions for the people who know nothing.
Yeah, so on this, so when you have sex, that head, because I've done a lot of education again on HIV, etc. Behavioral change communication, basically, and one of them was teaching people how to not to get HIV. And one of the issues we're discussing was that if you have sex with a woman, or when men have sex with men, the dirty thing that happens, for me, it's dirty. There are wounds that are microscopic wounds, like the stretch creates some breakage on the penis head.
There's a bigger surface area for anything to happen.
Exactly. So when that happens, microscopically, if you look at that head of a dick after sex, you will see it has wounds on it. Okay.
Really?
Friction. Yes, it has wounds on it.
What is that? After
sex.
After every sex?
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially for the uncircumcised.
Yes.
So if you're having sex with a woman who is HIV positive, then the possibility of HIV getting in your body is easy. So this clinical trial was meant to harden circumcision so that you can harden this part, so that it's exposed and it grows black. People who were circumcised ages ago, if they look at their penises, they're dark. Or they've shifted from pink. They're always pink. They've shifted from pink to very, very, very black, very, very dark. Yeah, that one is because of the hardening. It loses sensitivity, of course. It loses sensitivity. That's a fact. And with that, then they say that when the results came out, because the result is the trial is still on, but the preliminary results are showing that it is 60% effective. It helps you to stay away, or it helps you keep off HIV by 60%. So
that's a huge ass margin.
That's a huge margin. So
what? How much percent?
60%.
60%.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you have 60% more chances of not getting HIV.
But
40% is still
I'm just wondering. I mean, don't have sex.
Why?
I mean, or have a
We have
condom.
needs,
or
Jagero.
have a condom.
Condom is dangerous.
Because, for example, you'd rather cut your foreskin so that you don't get HIV or
use a condom.
Or use a condom.
Or abstain.
Or abstain.
Let me tell you one thing. If you look at behavior, you know I'm a researcher, right?
Yes.
When you study behavior of human beings, there's something I call the compelling nature of nature, or the compelling law of nature.
Natural.
The compelling law of nature is continuity. Nature has no conscience. That's why you'll find a mad woman or a schizophrenic, let me call them schizophrenic woman, or schizophrenic men. Those ones who pick stuff by the roadside.
Yes.
They still have sex. And they
Even
eat.
without knowing.
Even without knowing, because that is you don't have to be educated. That's why when you're having sex for the first time, nobody had to teach you like, this is how you put it, you know? It was just going.
So then what are you saying?
What I'm saying is this, that in the compelling law of nature, that is of continuity, there are things which you can't avoid because of the diminishing resources. For example, you can't avoid raw sex.
Yes.
Even if you try CD, we've studied these things over and over again, that you will use condom in the first intercourse. In fact, in the first round. In the second round, itakuwa imetoka ina fly. Watu wengine wadanganya ati break. They're inside there.
I don't know, babe, I don't have another condom.
Yes.
But babe, I'm so horny.
Now one condom pakas three sachets of condom.
Yeah.
3. Some people go for 7. Those young men, like those ones who are 17, 18, those ones do even 9 rounds. You know, at our age, we are a little bit tired. One and sleep.
To your age.
One and sleep.
To your age.
Moja unalala.
31.
You guys are not
Something. We are tired.
You are to a one session apana.
Yeah, just one session. And by the way, kinini unakuja rakaraka sababu I can sleep and you will have to
Oh
book.
my god.
Yeah, but this idea of sessions, maliza na kile kitu.
Ngoja kwanza.
Because I wanted
Yes,
but I wanted to ask Odhiambo. Then what are you suggesting? What are you suggesting that because when you're saying that, okay, would you rather cut the foreskin and not have HIV?
When you look at it from that context, there's a scientific research that has been done about it. And it has proven that 60% effectiveness of reducing the chances of getting HIV. That's proven. Now, in that context, it's okay? But there's also the cultural context, which even Jesus himself was circumcised for those who are Christians at 8 years. Yeah? So if it is the culture of a people to be circumcised, that's the way of life. That's fine. There's no harm with it.
Okay. So
Yeah.
then
Now,
okay,
what we can talk about...
No, stop.
Okay.
If it is culture, go on with it.
Yeah.
How about gender mutilation?
Gender mutilation is not fine.
Female gender mutilation.
I campaign against it personally.
But you're saying it is culture.
Actually, that's what I was going to ask.
That's what
But you're saying you're talking about culture.
No, you didn't get me right, okay? Don't extrapolate it. It is something very simple. That for men, I'm okay with it. For one reason, that even for mine, I saw the healing process is faster. For women,
Odhiambo.
yeah. For
You are
unatoa utamu kwa
let
mwanamke.
me ask you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but utamu, even circumcision inatoa utamu kwa mwanaume.
No, it makes you stay longer.
Come on. Bullshit. Now,
Unless umeingia mali.
do you know why it makes you stay longer? Because the sensitivity
Because you
is
feel
shit.
nothing. Let me ask my question
Because there's no sensitivity. So you can go for you can break a woman, you can kill a woman because you are a woman.
The anger of the
feel
penis has
nothing.
never broken the vagina. Come on.
No, but there's some women are here, take off. This man is gonna kill me.
I've never seen one.
They take off.
I've never seen one who took off. My friend.
I had a story that
Yeah.
I had a very serious story where this woman would actually wait for the man to sleep
Yes.
so that then she crawls into bed. Because if this man starts, there is no stopping.
Because this man has...
It's a lawyer man, and guess what?
Yeah.
What was it?
Circumcised. 1 + 1.
Yes, it's equal to 2.
Let me ask the question.
Well...
Because Jags is already asking it even.
Yeah.
Let me start by saying.
Mike, tafadhali.
Oh, sorry. Kwani haijanifi? Mnataka niweke?
I was over voice.
Nimeona ukifanya hivi.
Kwa throat.
You should. Well, this
Ukona bad manners.
this is a health podcast.
So,
Yeah.
do you not think this... Okay, what do you think is the reason then for circumcision to exist before these things for research and prevention of
AIDS.
HIV
And
happened?
AIDS.
Because from where I sit, this has not always been my thought process. It was
Right.
until we had the discussion with Jags and I read the comments, I started thinking, oh my fucking goodness. I would not want, if I don't want them to do it to Njeri, why am I okay with them doing it to George? So my question is the same reasons that they're doing FGM to women the same reasons they're doing to men? Are they also trying to control your sexuality, your sensitivity, so that to kind of tame you in some way? Because what else, there's no, Jags ametusomea na hakuna justification yote yenye watu wote wa research wame come up nayo. I mean, now I can understand from the standpoint of all the research that is being done and it makes sense. But then, what do you think was the reason or the premise for?
My also problem with this whole thing is that people think that men are that strong. That if men are mutilated, then men can deal with it.
Mutilation is for children. Adult men are by choice.
Yes.
Yeah.
But have you not heard people being
carried
taken off
forcefully
the
to go get circumcised?
No, you should not be assaulted. That's assault.
Yes.
That is you can be penalized.
You know? So we need to start thinking about humans as humans.
That is why even the VMMC was voluntary medical male circumcision.
What is that?
VMMC, the clinical trial we're going for.
Yes.
It's called voluntary medical male circumcision. Even today, people who have some level of education, a little bit, know that you should not go and circumcise people in the bush. Take them to hospital if you want to circumcise them in any case, so that the doctors can actually monitor and say, okay, this is something that is what we are discouraging is
why
do not circumcise children.
So why are you against female genital mutilation?
Because
you're dubious about.
I'm not dubious about men. I'm very clear about men that it is okay. In fact, Jagero, the loss of that sensitivity is okay because when you lose that sensitivity, you can stay longer. It's not no, but why do you need to stay longer?
To satisfy me. I don't want a 1 minute
you know, now the conversation has left the man. You understand? Now the conversation has left the man that
it's not about him anymore.
Why should I fucking care about a woman?
Okay, you have a point, Jagero. But you should.
I want
but yes,
but not to that extent.
To which extent?
To the extent that I am going to mutilate myself so that I can satisfy somebody else.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's a good point.
Why would I do that?
That makes sense.
Yeah, because everything is selfish about sex. The reason why the woman wants you longer is for satisfaction. And your glands, you go in there, and in 2 minutes you are out. You are okay.
No maana tunateta juu ya orgasm gap.
It cannot go back to everything that a man has to do.
Jagero, let me ask you. Averagely, how long does it take in your science there? How long does it take for a man to ejaculate?
I think it varies a lot with men. Yeah. There are women, you see them, you start taking out their clothes. Wait, before you
continue, let me ask. If he comes faster, there's this thing we know women are always asking. If he comes faster, does it mean he likes you more? Does it matter?
No way.
What does it mean?
No way.
When someone comes faster?
What is liking? You know, Roberta has got a lot of theories in her head about love.
I think so too.
Yeah. Liking is what now?
Yeah.
Liking is attraction.
Like sexual attraction.
That's what I mean.
Sexual attraction.
Yes.
Like your boobs are
not
good.
Not being in love.
Like your boobs are good.
Yeah.
You've got nice hips.
A nice body.
Beautiful lips.
Yes.
Yeah. Then like is good.
Can that changia someone?
Yes.
Faster?
Is that so?
Yes.
I don't think so.
So when someone lasts longer, does it mean they feel
love you
nothing
less
and they don't like you?
Exactly.
That's what I'm asking.
I'm just feeling that if the woman is really good,
quite something.
Yeah. Then the trigger is way before everything happens.
The way she
like if she looks like the
if she looks like the father. Yawa.
Show you a picture of my dad.
But it's never been a woman. It can never be a woman though. It can never be a woman.
That is interesting.
Yeah, so that is my biggest problem, that we are all selfish and we need to retain what we have. If it is the glance that makes us feel good, then that glance should stay. My biggest problem is that when this conversation starts, it's like men are tough. You see, even the way they mutilate those boys.
There's a match.
Yes, there is a match. You are crawled. You are taken to a river that is cold.
In the morning.
Yes. They match you around. They tell you that you are now a man. How can you be a man at 7 years, at 6 years?
Yeah, I agree with you.
You cannot be.
The age should be reviewed upwards.
Yeah. So anyway,
it's a culture. But let me ask you, Jagger, there's something you're saying which is very, very interesting. Allow me just to revisit it.
Yes.
That in terms of enjoying yourself as a man, you should not care about the woman. Like if yours is 10 seconds, that's it.
I don't
you're fine.
think so. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think you should care. There should be a level of care.
So what do you what should be prioritized then?
And understanding. But I think that ultimately, God is God for us all.
Everyone is responsible for their own orgasm.
Yes, God for us all. Because do you know the reality of sex? I think the reality of sex is really interesting. Like, for example, there are people who haven't had a lot of sex. You see, like for example, I went into marriage with not a lot of history.
You know that is something that many people don't know.
Yeah,
that you're not a bad boy as you look. You're a very harmless person.
Talk about,
you know, he's a very harmless person, by the way. You know,
this podcast is not about me.
No, of course. but I have to say this.
But Brian, he's changing.
No, he's not. I can tell you, this fellow, when I knew him, I thought he was a very bad boy. I thought he had like many women and stuff. But he's just like me. He's just a one-woman
like
person.
You, Brian.
Yeah.
Hey. You've answered my question. Next point of discussion, please.
And sex have got realities. Yeah. Like Roberta who has to go up and shika bars.
Oh, she
and get tied up.
Yes, you see. So somebody that wants to be tied up, somebody that wants to hold on to a crossbar, and a man will stand between her thighs and do whatever for how many period of time.
That's acrobatics.
Yes.
People do that.
Yes, there is a name for it in sex. BDSM.
That painful stuff.
Not just
not painful.
I mean, pain is a factor.
Yeah, like there is a lot of they drive it to the wall. And then you get an SDA person like you, Odhiambo.
Yeah. What are those?
Now she jumps from that person who is doing all those things. Yeah. Then she jumps to you as an SDA boy. How can you match that?
I cannot.
See?
Yeah, like be moderate.
And then you get married to such a person.
She will leave
you
me.
Are out.
She will leave me.
Just
definitely.
Let me ask you. I know you said God for us all.
Yeah.
But do you think
what does that mean?
Mtetezi wa haki za wanawake. Unajua saa zingine men, especially circumcised men, anakupandia anafilio sensitivity by the way anamaliza in under 3 minutes. Na hiyo ndo norm. Sex zenu tu zote zinakuanga 3 minutes. Na sasa unapata demka Roberta mwenye amezoea kudinyana for 7 hours. Sasa kwa such a situation, do you think we should be able to have a discussion like and talk about and reach a ama tu highways nitafute tu mtu mwenye hana sensitivity. Wasa wanacheka.
7 hours. Even mechanics.
Yeah, even mechanics.
Focus for that long.
Yeah,
even if you take a car for what is the thing that you do to car once in a while?
Test drive.
Service.
Oh.
Service takes 7 hours.
No, it's 30 minutes and you're gone.
It's not 30.
It's 30.
No, it's not 30.
Which one do you do?
No, so I'm talking about Demio service.
Mercedes.
But let me ask you, Roberta. 7 hours.
Yeah, I mean there's breaks.
What is the longest? What is the longest that females can go?
You know, something that I'm learning along this sexual journey is that we need to acknowledge that men are very fundamentally different from women.
Yes.
And I'm realizing our libido, our sex drive, the older we get. By the way, kwanza saya at 29 nateseka. I thought it was bad.
It's gonna get worse.
Unateseka aje?
I used to tell you I close myself in the house. Now I even have to tell people not to look for me because it's a real problem.
Can I tell you?
So saa zile niko kwa hiyo situation na chali yangu ni 3 minutes. Do you think you can have you can be able to reach a compromise and say, baby, you know me, I like fucking for 3 minutes, but I'll fuck you for an hour? Or should we just break up because there's no compatibility?
Is it making love or the other one?
In any scenario.
I think the two are fundamentally different.
Okay, the one that can last longer in making love.
I think so.
Sijui.
Yeah, or we don't know what we're talking about.
Kwa sababu nataka kuitie into the sensitivity of the penis. Because I'm trying to think, a man who's not circumcised is not going to fuck me the way I want to.
He's not going to make love to you.
A man that is not circumcised.
Yeah,
no, they can. They can. See,
Where do you
there
want
are men
to
who
go?
can age.
Let me ask you a question today, Jagger.
He can be edging himself.
Yeah. Like, for example, when you withdraw, when you're just about, and then it comes down, and then you go back, and then comes down.
I saw something on Twitter said that when he pulls out to kiss you and you're thinking he's
yes, he's making that break. You know that break that a big trailer does when it's going down to.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Yeah?
That break is wonderful. Freno.
Do you think we can?
There is a freno. Yeah, there's a freno, and it comes down nicely.
I think it comes also with mastery.
Yeah.
Though Jagger was bringing a point which was very important in terms of how should we take care of each other.
Yes.
That's a fundamental question.
For me, I did not answer it. And I think that there is a level of understanding each other.
Yeah.
If you, for example, you've married somebody who has been a whore before.
Who has been a whore?
Yeah.
Like who has been in the streets?
Who was
like fucking a lot or fucking around?
Fucking around and all those things. You can imagine somebody who has a body count of 20 men or 30 men.
That is little.
I thought you were going to say 300.
Yeah.
So 300, what is going on?
Jagger, that's why I said you're very good.
Kidogo, my
yeah,
God.
30 ni kidogo. That's just good boys. Like before we got married, 30 is nothing.
30?
Yeah.
My compound count is below 5.
It's...
Ndio maana uko shocked.
Let me keep
Tumeshangaa tu
quiet.
watu wanasema nini.
I don't relate. Anyway, so that is why I'm saying that some of those things you can't help. You are not going to help somebody who has had sex with 500 men. Wewe kwani unafikiria wewe ni nani? Wewe unafikiria wewe ni nani?
Jeshi la baba.
Yes, that's a person who goes to a sex shop.
Oh.
And you get those big
now you're talking
dildos.
shit about me.
Not you.
Do you have dildos?
She has 25.
3.
I'm going to ask a very bad question.
There is a time she talked about the rose. There's a time she talked about the rose. And the internet went wild.
Is it a bad thing? You know, as SDS, we have some reservation with the use of these tools during the sessions.
Yeah.
When you're talking about the compromise, because some of...
SDS explicit talk about sex toys.
Of course. Do you know the church that has family life lessons that people even talk about sex than any other place is SDA.
And you talk about sex toys.
We do talk about sex and sex
in
toys.
negative light.
No, that's what I'm asking. Because
no, you tell us the truth. What does the SDA talk about? What do they say about sex toys?
They talk about, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They talk about satisfaction, etc. And of course, in that line, there's the question of liberalization of sex.
Yeah.
Okay? Because initially, guys were just, missionaries.
Yeah.
And then that was it. but now, things are fast changing, right? And when you talk about, like, this topic is very relevant even to Christians because people cheating in those relationships, majority, is to go...
with girls like me.
Oh, okay.
They're not going to nice church girls also. They want a girl who can do the quack.
What's guac guac? What's guac guac?
Una milk mtu mpaka akitoka hapo anakwanga anafanya hivi.
My friend, where did you bring me?
Hapa kwa Roberta na kwanga fire.
Hapa kwa Roberta ni noma bwana. My pastor will not love this. But it is what it is.
Kama Caleb mapema. Tutoe kama Caleb wa Kisumu unakumbuka?
Ni noma sana.
Don't take your coffee down.
Anaweza kukamata fishim na joto.
Nichoma. Anyway,
Yeah, and the last
so
these are I think these are the realities of life.
yeah, of course.
So for example, if you're a church woman and you're not using dildos, if you're SDAs don't even use majan. No, you expect somebody who doesn't use somebody who doesn't use majan.
I mean, I do coffee.
Toys.
I use coffee. Though I'm a convert, so of course there are cultures which
But you're not a strict.
I'm not a fundamentalist.
You eat throughout the week. I've never seen.
and eats everything. In fact, he's the one who buys for us the
Twende huko.
I should, in this process of learning, I have to shit a lot. Anyway, that aside, what I was asking is this: in the very context of using toys, etc., and in the question of compromise that you are bringing about, and I was saying, in our church, yes, we discuss. The sex is a very important part. Before you marry, you're taken for marriage counseling. Amongst the things that are discussed in marriage counseling is sex.
Yes.
And I've never been into a marriage counseling per se, but I know it happens. My question would be, is this something, because Roberta, I know you're a Christian, right? Oh,
Not really.
wow.
Not really.
Like, you're not a Christian completely?
I mean, I don't subscribe to any
Jesus.
like organized religion.
Okay, but you believe in a higher being?
Yes.
Of course. So in that very context, of course, sex is a moral question, right? For you as well?
Definitely.
Good. In that very context, now let's say you're married, or when you get married, are you going to use toys to compromise? Because, for example, a man who's not circumcised, majorly they don't last long in bed. That's a fact that has been established.
Men that
are not circumcised. They
Are
do,
not-
they do the
Cannot
first.
last too long.
They don't last too long as compared to the ones who are circumcised. Because the ones who are circumcised have lost their sensitivity.
yeah.
Quite considerably, not fully.
Yeah.
It's not just a piece of meat that is getting inside there.
Yeah.
Dry piece of meat. No. There's some sensitivity
Kunayo
that is
kidogo.
kunayo, but ni reduced, yeah?
Si kama ile ingine.
Si kama ile ingine. So wale kama ile ingine wanaingia ichukui long, then they're okay.
I think that's an assumption.
Jagger, is there something you're not telling us?
That all of them go in there and do not come out.
No.
Go even look at porn for people who have got
I
glands.
cannot watch
He doesn't
that
watch
stuff.
porn.
I don't.
Yes, they last longer. They last really long.
Wait, who lasts longer?
The people who have got glands, they can still last long.
Which glands are you talking
Oh,
about?
Jugs is saying, Jugs said,
No, the foreskin. We're talking
Oh, yeah,
about
the
yes,
foreskin,
foreskin.
okay.
Sorry.
Jugs said
Yes.
you can do the edging. You know
Can do the aging. There are techniques that you can employ.
Edging is when you're just about to come. Your friend mmesema. You're just about to come and then you
unashikilia break.
unashikilia.
Yes.
For me, I think I do it absolutely out of chivalry to let the woman enjoy herself.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I'm almost.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah,
Tina.
yeah. Thank you.
We
Welcome.
appreciate people like you.
Yeah, be a chivalrous.
I did not say that you shouldn't be considerate of women.
We should be.
I'm very much against.
Sorry.
And it is a very big thing these days.
Yeah.
Of men being asked to
Prioritize the women.
to prioritize
At your
women,
detriment.
to save women, to do all these things. I mean, you'd rather cut your hand in the process of saving women. I do not agree with that premise at all.
Like in what
I believe that each and every person should be able to save their skin by themselves.
So in this context, you're saying a woman should be able to come on her own and go away.
No, you are not listening.
Okay.
I am saying that you can do whatever you want to help the person that is in bed with you, the person that is your lover. You can do everything that you can, you know. But the point of getting stroke while trying to make a woman come, I am not for that. That's what I'm saying.
Like if you can level, not at it to your own detriment.
Yes.
Stroke.
Yeah.
Yes, una nini mpaka sasa unasema sasa. How do you think those men die on in bed?
Stroke.
Those old men. See, the woman is riding him. He can't keep up. He loses his spine in the
Odhiambo,
or he pinches
ask
a
me a
knife and he
question.
goes. Why are you laughing?
You know, I cannot imagine trying to imagine how these men die.
Yeah.
And they're saying they die out
They
of
die
stroke.
with a smile on their face.
No.
At least, right?
There is no that. At some point you've lost.
Something must kill a man.
Yes. You see, so that is what I am against, and this is in so many parts of life that you go check if there is a man with a panga outside in the dark. Then you tell the woman, come out now.
No, I mean, that is silly.
I'm telling you, but
Just lock the door and
that is
sleep.
the thing. That's the
Look,
thing.
let
What
me-
I'm
let me-
saying.
let me tell you
That's
that-
what I'm saying. So I
agree with you.
was not home.
I
yet.
agree with you.
I was not
Okay.
home. That I was thinking that there is nothing helping a woman enjoy herself, and you can do that as much as possible. Lakini iko tamore. Urumera.
Anyway, that is
Fred
French.
was asking me something.
You know,
Yeah. So, do you consider like the use of these toys you're talking about as a supplement or a complement for you to achieve your means, considering that the uncircumcised men are not going to take you there?
Can we stop
Definitely.
first and I give Nani
Okay.
calling Anika? We need this. We need you. There are things you need to get from this lady. See that lady from there. Just call and ask her where she is, and then you can organize a motorbike to bring those things.
Okay, so
But I was thinking you go alone. Just go yourself, because it's something like this and a motorbike can, is a potential. It's just Upper Lavington. You just take a border, you pick it and come back. Yeah.
So, to answer your question, I think it's very complimentary. But as anything in every aspect of life, I think moderation is very, very important. I talk about sexual liberation and sex a lot, and I actually do vouch for toys, but even that has a disclaimer.
All right.
Because even with personal use, kuna crazy addiction. It's really addictive.
You use toys yourself, you said.
I do.
Have you ever been like addicted, or are you
Yes,
addicted?
I have 3 toys, and my first 2 toys, the first one I got so addicted, I had to lock it, so like I had to make someone feature it so that I don't use it, because any free time I had, now watch TV, nimeboeka, nenda kwa bedroom, nimeka nimemaliza kula before nilale,
like several times in a day.
So many times a day.
And the sensitivity does not disturb?
It wasn't. My first toy was a rabbit, which is like a dildo. So it vibrates and has a part for kneading the clit. So ukiingisha hivi ndani, this is the rabbit. So ukiingisha hivi ndani, ina nini clit na inaku.
So it has a double effect.
Yes.
So stop there. Stop there. Everybody move this wire iende huko chini haya. Stop there, Odhiambo. Umeona, have you seen what is going on there?
That is impossible for man.
Hey, that's what I was telling you.
Let me tell you why it's not impossible.
It is working on the clit at the same time working on
That kanini.
Let me tell you why it's not impossible. When I'm having sex with my partner, the groin area is doing the same thing.
That is
While
if-
the dick is inside me, the groin area is rubbing on my clit. When you're having sex, try and pay attention, even when you're grinding against each other. So it's not different, it's just mechanical, and this one is manual.
But this is improved.
Definitely.
It is improved.
Definitely.
And that is why you kept going to the boat. It is vibrating. Does your penis vibrate? You answer the question, SDA man.
My second...
Wait.
My second toy...
No, it doesn't.
My second toy was the rose,
Okay.
which also threw me into an addiction.
Rose. Like
It
a rose
looks
flower.
like a rose flower with a little shimo inside there that ndani kuna vibrate. So hii shimo I wish I could come with it. Ndaileta next time. So hiyo shimo hapo ndani ina vibrate na inasonga juu na chini. So you put it, see the clit is like this. So this is the rose. You put the clit inside the rose. So it's like suction, vibration.
So does that mean that
Are you going to suck with your urethra yourself?
So the thing is, some people,
I need to go
some
with
women, some women prefer clitoral stimulation to penetrative sex. But because we're not
Is that why most women, or not most, I don't want to be beaten. Is that why women are easily...
careful.
Yeah, is that why... Okay, let me reserve my question.
But let me go back to answering the question you started with.
Why don't you just ask it, bro?
So having these toys, first of all, can throw you into addiction. The only reason I'm able to say it or to be aware is because I monitored myself and I saw something is wrong. Manze siezi lala, siezi kula, siezi enda inje.
Is that so?
And it reaches a point, I became so indifferent even to heterosexual relationships, because why do I need a man? I already came
Really?
20 times yesterday.
What
is a man
Let me
going
ask you a
to do
direct
for me?
question now. Did you think of the other side of relationships? Like dating a girl?
Well, I'm kind of gay. You guys know these things about me.
No, I don't. Genuinely. This is the first time I'm hearing from you.
Discussion.
With me,
My
Odhiambo.
mom is gonna see. Yeah, in the car, we were going somewhere, and someone
I have
said,
a-
"But Roberta is usually gay."
I have a problem.
Who was saying?
Who was saying that?
Even Faith was there. I can't-
Really?
Yeah. Maybe we were just.
No,
wine drunk.
yeah, it was banter. Maybe I took it as banter.
Yeah.
So, okay, let me
I
ask
think
you.
all women are gay.
All women are gay.
All women
look,
are
she's
fluid
agreeing.
a bit.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's the question I wanted to ask.
Yes.
It's good it came from you. So they will hammer you, not me.
Not the SDA man.
So Jagero has said,
Yes.
every girl is gay. This is because girls don't enjoy penetrative sex as much.
No. Let me answer. When we say a girl can be fluid, I think it comes a lot from the way we bond. You know, men bond mostly from work or things they have to do.
Yeah.
Girls bond even from just sitting and
Just saying
yapping
nothing.
and just chilling, and
Yeah.
we have more of an emotional connection. We don't need to be doing a project or
Or
doing something.
ask your purpose driven.
And your emotional connection in a create is a happy hormones, dopamine, oxytocin. So it's easier for you to start feeling like you're falling in love even with your friend. Because kuna hiyo premise already ya an emotional connection. I like you, I cook for you, I gift you, I treat you nicely. So it's not necessarily gay or like all women are gay. It's just that it's easy to have a higher affinity for the person who likes you and treats you nicely.
It's interesting. Okay.
So now to come back to the question that you asked me. Oh wait, I have 3 toys. The other toy is a combo of number 1 and 2. It has both now.
It's now a rose and a rabbit.
It's a rose and a rabbit. You really pay attention.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay, so these toys can make you get addicted, but it's once you come out of that and you're able to be honest with yourself and say, ikitu inani affect hivi. It reaches a point where now you're able to have an open discussion about it and even with your partner understand. So if you're with a partner mwenye hakufikishi mali unataka kufika sexually, it should be an open discussion because you don't have to break up. I mean, you can, but you don't have to break up if you can use something to complement your sexual life. That's why there's swinging.
There's swinging.
People who swing. Oh, yes, dear boy. Swinging is when married people open their relationship up to see other people.
Where?
Let her explain.
Okay.
So, this is very consensual.
Okay.
This is very consensual and it is very... all of it is open. It's not really, that's why there's open relationships. There's swinging. We're very together. Nobody can come and date us. We're not dating other people, but we can hang out with other couples and have sex with them. All these sexual deviances and I'm actually recording with Madeka about sexual deviance sometime this week. So we'll expand more on that episode and you'll learn more from there. But people have understood that one person can't give you everything. And this is something we're always saying. You can have a amazing, beautiful, handsome man, provider, blah, 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 blah. But he's not fucking you the way you want to be fucked. So now will you break up? No. You don't have to. You guys can say, babe, when you're fucking me, can I use the rose? Listen, it's a very complimentary relationship. It is not a fight. It is not that the rose is better than the man, because there is no toy that is ever going to give you a better sensation than an actual human being. Because the interaction with a man, you can feel him breathing, you can smell him, you can feel his touch on your skin, it's different. Hata ulete toys ngapi hapa na napenda toys, you can't compare it to a man. It's not the same. But it can definitely be complementary. And also in the event that it is complementary in your relationship, it's not a substitute. It's not that you say, I'm removing men so I can use toys. And it's not a competition between your lover and your part and your toys. It's not a competition.
What do you think happens to women in your experience, or that say, okay, I don't need a man. I have the toys. What happens down the line? All right, people of the internet, I hope that you're enjoying this episode very much. And I just had a break to tell you about my new book. You know, everybody says that there is no job, and that is true. Also, that was me 10 years ago. The problem is that everybody is trying to get a job in their town, in their city, in their marketplace. They ask friends for jobs, mothers call uncles, uncles call brothers, but there are no jobs. Let me tell you what no one is telling you. Jobs migrated online. What I actually mean is there are many, many jobs around the world, and there is no one to do them except you. I work for Americans myself. I work for Europeans. I work for the Chinese. I work for the Australians. I work for the Canadians. And so, because I have done so much for myself, I said to myself, you know what? I should compile what I've been doing for the last 15 years. So in 2024, I wrote a digital book called Goldmine 18 Hustles for Africans. And then in 2025, AI came. People say AI is taking away our jobs. And for me, I'm going to say false. There are actually AI jobs. Jobs are not being taken by AI, but there are new jobs online that are there because of AI. Now, mimi ni nani? I created more jobs. And for now, in my book, in my new book, we have 25 online and offline jobs that you can leverage on if you do not have a job. So in this powerful volume 2, I share 25 new actionable online hustles specifically researched and tailored for Africans. My new book provides clear step-by-step guidance drawing from my extensive experience and research, including the mistakes I've made and lessons I've learned over the 15 years that I have worked online. So, what can you do online? You can become an executive assistant for busy folks in Europe, America, Canada, and get paid for tasks like watching videos and taking online surveys. Okay? You can build a lot of things. Build a business as a virtual assistant, start an e-commerce shop without capital, be an affiliate marketer, or you can also become actually an English tutor and tens of AI jobs. If you have a job, that is fine. But I also know that you can buy this book for that brother, for that sister, for that mother, for that cousin, for that husband who is watching Netflix all day at home. Buy it for your friend who is always asking for cash. You know that friend. Now, all the information is on the description below. You can also inbox me, you can WhatsApp me, or go to my website, which is oduorjagero.co.ke. And now, back to programming.
Okay, first I think the reason for this decision matters. Because there are women who are coming from abuses who have made this decision.
No, my question is specific though.
For like a girl like me now, if I say that.
No. Like a woman who just thinks in her head that she can do with toys and not bother. No man has wronged her or whatever. She just thinks that, okay, I can do with it. Yeah, because, yes.
I'd say human interaction is really important, and we need each other as men and women. I mean, I can't tell someone what to do. You can keep your toys and use them. But I'd urge someone to, if you're in the right headspace, the right mind space, I think human interaction is, in my opinion, better than saying, I have toys, I'm good. Because I've done that before. I've been that girl. I've been the girl who, and it's not even hate. You don't start hating men, you don't want men. It's just really, what is the benefit? I use the rose, I actually orgasm. When I'm with a man, I don't orgasm. He fucks me, he comes, he's about his day. Then you ask him, he says, oh, I have a lot of sensitivity because I'm not circumcised. So now what will you do? Because I have needs.
You've come full circle.
No, let me ask you. This is beautiful. So then, ladies prefer circumcised men over uncircumcised men.
No. I think ladies.
Do you prefer?
I don't think that question is relevant.
No, it is.
The question is not relevant because I think a woman. I think if you asked a woman if they prefer somebody that works a thing longer, then that's the question.
No, because you're getting the point. There's a question. There's a point she's saying. Okay. She's saying that, and you've said we've come full circle because she's saying, like, this guy who's uncircumcised is going to be like, we.
It's an assumption. It's an assumption.
They don't even ask you, have you come? They don't even check on you, like, are you okay?
The circumcised ask?
No, I'm not saying this is not circumcised and uncircumcised. I'm just saying men in general.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jagero is doing it for us.
See why Odhiambo's point is irrelevant.
Because it doesn't matter.
Yes, it doesn't matter whether they're circumcised or not.
And
what
so,
matters is what they can do.
So for my own consumption, I'm just asking.
Yes.
So do ladies prefer circumcised men or uncircumcised?
No,
Let them tell us in the comments.
I don't think that's a question that is neither here nor there.
It is. It's for my own consumption, not for yours.
Okay. Let them tell us in the comments. Do you think it matters? Because once it's inside you, are you even able to tell if circumcised or not? You can't feel it.
And recently there was a very big debate online. I saw it where people were saying they prefer uncircumcised men, and I was like, were we lied to? Because part of the things we're being told when we're going for circumcision, we were lied to that when you go for circumcision, one of the things we're being told, the ladies will like you.
Oh my God! No wonder you went there.
No, I was in Form 2. I couldn't understand.
Form 2 is very impressionable.
I never had sex up to when I finished Form 4.
Form 2 is very impressionable.
It is very impressionable, of course.
Impressionable.
Yeah, but you see, at Form 2, you are in the heat of the heats.
Yes.
That's where adolescence is at its peak. Yeah. So of course, even if you're an SD boy like I am, but you hear the student like, when I get there, I want to be liked by girls.
But you see, so that is a big influence.
It is.
It was a very big influence influence.
a big influence.
In Luoland, and then in Luoland they actually used fear that you're gonna catch AIDS. Most of us were thinking that if you get circumcised, actually you don't even know first of all how people get AIDS.
True.
So when they talk about circumcision and not getting AIDS, you think that this thing is flying from you to the other person like a fly.
I tell you, Jagero, yes, I was very, very afraid of this circumcision thing when it was being touted to us. But one of the things that really pushed me to do it was when we were told that if you don't get circumcised, you're going to get AIDS.
So they're using fear to push. So it's not even something encouraging.
Wrong messaging.
And you have known.
Wrong messaging.
And when they're saying that if you don't get circumcised, then you'll get AIDS. They're not telling you how AIDS jump from one person to the other. See, that thing is not there.
Yeah, because that's what I learned later. When Honorable Tuju was bringing there's something he was bringing to schools.
Yeah. So you see, that's the thing. So then did you ask your mother about it?
I couldn't ask my mother. She didn't even know I was circumcised. It was a talk between me and my dad and my younger bro.
Why didn't your mom know? Was it a shame thing or is it a secret thing?
We didn't consider then, still I don't consider now, that it was for me to discuss with her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was like a men's thing.
It's a men's thing.
Yeah, like why am I including my mom in this?
So I get circumcised. I got circumcised because I was having a lot of tears.
Tears from sex?
No, not from sex. Just text you. I mean, I would, men would get an erection at night. Then I would wake up and I have tears.
Is it painful when you wake up? You feel the tears.
It is very painful.
You're just thinking about it.
They don't fucking heal.
Yeah.
It takes forever.
Yeah.
And then you get a tear, and then something fucks you up. You see another woman, and you
get hard again.
It breaks.
I can imagine my clit with a tear.
So, when I went to the hospital several times, one of the doctors told me that I think this issue will go away if you get circumcised.
Oh, yeah.
Consider it.
Oh, yeah.
Did it help?
Yes, it went. It completely went after circumcision, and that is the idea. But now, my all weather. You understand?
Yes.
Because you are getting tears because of the sensitivity of the glands. But now when it's exposed to the genes, to the sun, to everything else, to soap, to all those things, to genes, now it toughens up.
What is the healing process like after circumcision?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's bad.
It is dangerous.
I don't like it.
It's very dangerous because let me tell you. I was circumcised.
Because we don't talk about it. We just think you guys are macho and strong men.
Let me share with you because mine was fairly horrific, I remember.
Fairly horrific?
Fairly horrific. I'll tell you why. I was circumcised with my brother at the same time. In fact, we went into the theater at the same time. It was double.
You did it at the hospital?
Yes, at Kisumu District Hospital. So on the other side was him, on this side was me. My brother came in, got circumcised, got done, went away. For me, when they started, they do this thing of injecting. I think it's called anesthesia.
Yeah.
That thing. Then they pinch the whatever. Yeah. They pinch the penis. Yes. They pinch it with that thing is, I don't know if it's called a forceps or what. They pinch until they inject again.
So that you're numb.
You're numb. Yeah. In that process of circumcision, I remember when they were putting, well, there's a knife, there's something that they put here, down here, then one pulls the foreskin, so just above the head, yeah? Then there's this knife that they slide. So when they're sliding it towards the end.
These are blade or scissors?
A blade. So when it was going towards the end, I was like, and I think that icked them. Yeah, it's like anesthesia should stay for longer.
What happened?
So they were telling me that they were asking me, do you use alcohol? But then I had not even started testing alcohol.
But you're in Form 2.
Exactly.
You're just a baby.
So what happened?
So after this,
not a babies.
Of course, after this they did the sassuring. They sassure the
wanachoma na nini?
Wachomi wanashona.
They sew it up.
How do they shona? So this is the dickhead.
Yeah.
Yenye skin imetolewa. How do they shona?
So there's a way they do it. Yeah, they
you see now it is up and they want it to sink into the skin
so
around the skin.
So chini hivi.
They are sort of it is gaping.
So
it's gaping. So they are taking part of of your glands. You see what they're doing? Yeah. They're trying to make the hem.
Exactly.
Yeah, they are making the hem.
Like yeah.
They're hemming it.
Oh, that's why it usually looks perfect because it's been done.
Yeah, but
Very
some
well.
also go wrong, and it has got a lot of bondela ufa.
Yeah,
It looks ugly.
Yeah.
And for some communities, I hear something remains here.
Like the Maasai
For
and
the
the
Maasai.
Subi.
That the women really like, because now that is for sex, that thing that remains.
I don't think it makes a difference.
Have you ever
honestly.
like met people with that?
A Maasai man, yes. It doesn't make a huge difference.
How hanging is it?
It's not too big. It's just like a small hanging, but it doesn't really make a difference personally.
So you see, my brother healed within 2 weeks. Then for me, instead of healing within 2 weeks, because we're told after you circumcise, you're told put the penis in an upward position, then unava panty juu. Like panty inashikilia ikiangalia in an upward position, so it does not slip on the balls, otherwise it will rot. Yeah. So unfortunately,
Not because of moisture.
of course,
and
that not
bacteria.
rot per se, but it will start becoming septic. So in that process of me starting to heal, the recession was too much. The cutting was too much.
And you know, and I want to read for you something on that Odhiambo.
Yeah.
Let me read for you something that is very interesting. Like for you, you think the recession was
Too much.
was too much. Now, foreskin retractability gradually increases with age. So a man that is fully grown, you can see the difference between the glands and the entire penis. In infancy, the foreskin is fused to the glands, and yet they still forcefully try to look for it.
That's why it is mutilation for children.
What the freaking hell?
You see, it remains non-retractable in early childhood, and it continues to be tight during pre-adolescence. That's how bad that thing is. The skins begin to loosen significantly during puberty. You are way. In fact, these people are trying to do this thing for you that like it's like a 10-year gap. You look, Odhiambo is still is in Form 2, but it's not wholly apart. Now consider children that are being done this thing at 4 years,
Fresh
at
out
2
of
years.
It's wrong.
You see,
It's very wrong.
the skin begins to loosen significantly during puberty, allowing the glands to be completely exposed when needed. You understand? So even the maturity of the glands is not, it should mature.
It's biology. Literally,
Yes.
your body knows what
Yes.
it's supposed to do.
The glands of circumcised men remain fully exposed and dry. You know? So that's not what I wanted to read. Now, the maturity of the foreskin is at the age of 18 years.
The maturity of the
And
foreskin.
what does maturity mean or look like?
It is now separated. You can see it.
So now
you can play with it when you are not erect.
Okay.
Because during erection in apotea yote, it becomes part of the organ itself. You see, by the age of, most boys will have a fully retractable skin. Now, that is when somebody now removes that thing when they can't even see it. They can't even tell which is the glands and which is the foreskin. And they are busy trying to remove it. You're removing something that you can't even see.
So there should be a ban on children circumcision.
I think so.
There should be a ban, I agree.
Yeah.
So that makes a lot of sense.
Please endelea na story.
Yes.
So Nini, that there was excess recession in terms of the removal, yeah? It was excess. And so I think the growth was becoming difficult because for a man, I think from the age of 8 or something, or even a child, a male child, who at 3 a.m. when they wake up, they always erect. Look at it amongst
You can get hard.
you get hard. Even when you're circumcised, you get hard still. And now in that process of getting hard, that suture broke. Okay?
Yes.
And when it broke, it led to now, I started having a wound, but I was not telling my dad or mom. So I was just like, it will heal, be a man, you know? It will heal.
In
But-
this moment, were you thinking something is wrong, or did you think this
No.
is part of the
I was just like, it's
process?
part of the healing, but it's too painful.
It's too painful.
Were you given any education during?
No.
Did somebody
No,
talk
no,
to
no,
you?
no.
You know, this is what is happening.
We were told that within 2 weeks it shall have healed. So my brother had healed, like yeye nini yake sharudi. So it was now just healing ile nyama kurudi sawa sawa. But mine was not there. It was still getting septic. Okay, to a level that I had to tell my dad because he saw me walking funny. Like, what's wrong with you? I told him this is what's happened. Then he told me, let me see. So when I showed him, he was like, no, we are going to hospital now. Because the lower end ilikuwa imeenda, it was creating a wound mpaka hapa chini. It was too painful. It was too sensitive. That's when I realized there's a lot of nerves down there. Too sensitive.
That thing has
Like-
got a million nerves.
A million,
And I've gotta
eh?
read.
In this moment, are you
Yeah.
able to susu, to do...
Yes.
But
What happens when you
then
get
the
bad?
spillage.
The spillage
The
is
spillage
painful.
kills you.
Yeah, the spillage is something else. You don't want to imagine.
It kills you, my friend, and you cannot guonyo it.
You cannot.
Do you know the meaning of
Unapojua
guonyo?
maji kama kwa kikombe.
You cannot even try. You cannot even try the water.
Even the
cannot.
water is bad.
Even the panty itself was like really painful.
And then you will wake up and
Yeah.
it is stuck to the panty.
Yes.
Ime
Now that's
stick
the
hivi
point.
kama
Now,
kidonda.
ukitoa panty hivi inatoka na a bit of it.
My friend.
So when I went to my dad took me to the hospital, and immediately I remember that doctor is at a place called Jabali, somewhere in Kabondo, and he applied some ointment. He cleaned the whatever first, then he applied some ointment, then he bandaged it. So he told me don't remove it until days. Then it started drying up. So it dried. Then finally it was okay.
Let me ask,
Yeah.
you guys, both of you, after circumcision, is it a traumatic event? Okay, you've already kind of answered that part, but
Right.
is it traumatic enough for you to be even afraid of your next sexual encounter? Because now in your head, are you thinking, fuck, this shit was so painful. Will I be in pain if I have sex? Will I be in pain if I get hard? Is this something that is going through your mind?
At this moment, I had not had sex, so I didn't know even what sex was. For me, I was like, I don't know what it is.
It
In
was
any
an
case, I wanted to be a priest, a Catholic priest. It's my dad who refused. He said, no, you're my first son, you can't be a Catholic priest. And there we are. So when I first had sex, that is after I was done with Form 4, I didn't really get the pain or the whatever. It was just, it's okay.
So you can't tell the difference
I
between
can't.
if
I
it's
can't.
sent better or not.
I
What
can't.
about you, Jazz?
Even me, I had not had sex
Yeah,
before.
this
that.
guy's had sex like after.
Oh, you had not
university.
You
had
don't know
sex
about my sex life.
before.
But you say
Had you had sex
No,
before
no,
being
no.
circumcised?
I had not had sex before.
Yeah, it's just like
I
me.
was
I told
brought
you.
up in a church. The foreskin.
Bosh.
Yeah. The foreskin contains tens of thousands of nerve endings, though exact numbers between individuals vary.
Tens of thousands.
Some research estimates that the foreskin can have up to 20,000 sensory nerve endings, similar in the concentration to areas like the lips or the fingertips, and that's what they remove.
That's literally like touch. That's like removing all the
Yes.
feeling.
Yes.
All the cutting the fingers.
That's crazy.
That's why the sensitivity dies.
The area, the ridged band, you see there is a ridged band. The area near where the inner and outer foreskin meet is especially sensitive and contributes to our most erogenous stimulation as a man. That's what the research says. The foreskin also contains specialized nerve endings that respond to temperature, stretch, and subtle friction,
And I think
which is the hallmark of sensations involved in arousal.
na kuongezea isitoshe tu kwa sexual context. I think our phalanges, every extension,
Challenges what I thought what
every extended parts of your
the
body,
extremities.
I think an intention on the body is for you to be able to read your environment, to feel, to
Yes.
So it also
The
is
vagina
taking
is an
away.
environment, you know that.
It is an
The
environment
vagina is an environment.
of its own. It's an ecosystem.
The whole ecosystem.
Yeah.
Which brings us back to the question I
Yeah.
asked.
Yeah. We need to wrap up because we are short of
Hey,
sound.
conversation.
Hawa
We have
vijana
so
si
many
wa-
things
si-
to say.
Wangeleta sound. Wana sound.
Which brings me back to the question I had asked earlier. So, do you think men are being circumcised the same reason women are being circumcised, to remove sensitivity and control your sexuality? But then they're selling it as this righteous thing. And to, in parting shot, you guys can tell me. By the way, in conversation, Ajesha, there's so many things I feel like we've not dived in. We'll have to come back after we get the feedback. But do you think that's the reason men... And do you guys agree or not agree with circumcision? What's your parting shot?
In the revealing information here that I'm only learning of now, that the sensitivity is being removed, it is crazy. It is very, very crazy.
You do look shocked.
I am. Especially this last information by Jagero. Why would I say my sons to be taken to circumcision? It's because of this HIV thing only. But if there's no this HIV thing, our culture in the Luos or among the Luos, we don't have circumcision as part of it. We have removal of the 6 lower teeth, which we don't practice anymore. I believe The only way to welcome somebody into adulthood is by mentorship, mentoring somebody into adulthood. I don't think removing any part of the physical body makes somebody an adult or something. So I disagree fully with the aspect of circumcision based on the information that Jagero has just read. That one alone. Because just like in court, I always look at beyond reasonable doubt. But I find there's a reasonable doubt why circumcision should not be encouraged. And that is the bit that it removes sensitivity. Yeah. Because, it's not enjoyable.
She asked the question of what was the reason. And that is part of the research that I also did.
Oh, yeah, tell us.
Yeah, because the earliest known depiction of circumcision appeared to be ancient Egyptian tomb. And the reason was ritual purification, rite of passage into manhood.
But what is it? What is that?
It was, you see, and that is that's the
tangible.
problem. You know, it symbolized cleanliness, fertility, or priestly devotion. Religious covenant in Judaism, the reason was every male was supposed to be circumcised on the 8th day after birth to symbolize belonging to God's chosen people. You understand? Yeah. Okay, there is nothing there.
I agree.
Islamic tradition, rooted in prophetic tradition, that is the Sunnah, said to follow the practice of Abraham, associated with purity, cleanliness, just bathe, and readiness for prayer. Yeah,
just so you can retract the nini like this and wash, ama?
Huh?
You can't?
Yes, you can. Very well. When it is it's flaccid state, retractable, goes back and come in.
And when it's hard, it inajifanyia yenyewe hata.
Yes. The mechanics is not a wheelbarrow. It works.
But I think there's a bit that it helps women, because there's a bit that it helps women, the circumcision thing. In fact, I think it only serves women. Because, no, true story.
Now you
True.
Full circle.
True, because
I like such discussion.
The only point where it serves a man is on the point of HIV again.
Yes.
The only point, all the other points are because it serves women. When reduced sensitivity, it means you can last longer in bed and serve a woman better. Good for the woman. 2, in terms of human papillomavirus, because women don't just get it. Human papillomavirus is carried by
men can transfer.
Like when a man has sex with several women and 1 or 2 of them is having this virus, the human papillomavirus does not affect the man per se, but he carries it in the hood of the penis. When he has sex with you and he had sex with several other women, then he deposits it, and human papillomavirus then leads to cervical cancer. So again, it helps the women. So if it is chivalry, then well.
And by the way, I support all the women and whatever is going on with them. I don't know why God decided that for them sex is going to be so complicated.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I mean, too complicated. Just make it easy. Too complicated. And then we rope in a man to be to have to help with the mechanics. I mean, it's very unfair.
Yeah. Should leave us alone.
But the
complementaries, if it works for you.
That's for Adventist people, they don't like it. But for me, I'm not entirely against sex.
But you know, privately, people are very funny. Privately, and people are very liberal privately. Yeah. In public, we may put this, but privately, people are beasts basically.
Yeah, and also for me, I think that issues of they should moderate in everything that you do.
I agree.
Because when you go overboard, and then now down the road you are getting people over to your side to help you do some of these things.
I actually remembered, I forgot to say the rose excessive use actually makes your clit numb.
Ooh.
Yeah. So moderation.
Moderation is important. Even if you are sleeping around, moderate.
Yeah.
There's no moderation for sleeping around.
There is.
Yes, there is.
No,
you
just
become
don't.
so desensitized.
No. Desensitized.
Yes.
Desensitized.
It is not even physical. It is also even spiritual.
I agree with the spirituality.
Even empathy.
Especially
even
in the spirituality.
Emotions.
Yeah.
Alilala tu na mimi na kaondoka na hakuniambia. It never called me back. Sini hao wanaume tu.
Guys, asanteni sana kunikabidhi katika mazungumzo haya. Yeah, ukeketaji amongst the male species.
Do you know the South Africans will tell you, please don't speak in mother tongue.
Do you hear how they talk? They never finish sentences. So I can only give I can only listen to the Zambians. At least how wanaongeanga.
No. You have to listen to. They're your fans.
Yeah. So
they're your fans. So if it is English, then you see. I think that what people are failing to understand is that it's a very global world.
yes.
And I love South African podcasts, but they lose me, man.
They
They
start
can
going,
lose you for a whole 2 minutes. Ujui walienda wapi. And then they come back for 1 minute and then they go again. Sasa wameenda kabisa.
So ni kama unasikia bi alafu inarudi bi.
Yeah. But I think that it reaches a point that especially if your podcast is primarily English, let it be English because it goes beyond borders very fast. Like, for example, 27% of our listeners are in South Africa. 27.
That's a huge. That's like a
huge
third.
one. Yeah, that's like a third of our listeners.
So those are people that you have
That's
to
a lot
listen
of
to.
people, yes.
In Kenya,
know?
we have how many?
In
Kenya.
Kenya, 23.
That's even less.
Yeah.
So the other beat comes from America.
Sometimes when you look at our analytics, Kenya is not. There are some
Number
conversation.
3, 4.
Yeah, number 3, 4.
So the biggest chunk is in America.
No, it starts with Kenya. Kenya is the highest.
Kenya is the highest.
Kenya is the highest. Then it goes to
South
South
Africa,
Africa, then USA, then Zambia, then UK. Then it goes down like that.
Let me close this conversation. This discussion is not over. I will be having another discussion after I get your feedback because I feel like we've not touched on even the history, kabisa. We've not touched about the politics aspect. A big reason I had Odhiambo here is because he's very prolific in matters politics, and he can tell us more about the Luo and the history and the culture around even circumcision and where these things are coming from. So this conversation is still huge. And I will be finishing it later. So if you have any questions, please send in your feedback. We see all of it, and we are so grateful for the way you guys speak to us. Thank you for joining me on this hour here on Heartfelt with Bobbie on Dialogues with Jagero. I was with Mr. Oduor Ken and Mr. Odhiambo Brian. Mr. Odhiambo Brian, and I have
This is
been
Odhiambo Otieno,
Roberta.
this is Oduor Jagero.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
They don't like
We
using
don't
their
have
English
those
names.
colonial tags.
And I have been Roberta, Bobbie. Follow me everywhere and listen to my podcast as well. Love and Orgasms, where I talk about sex and fucking. Bye.
It's sex and it's love and orgasm.
Yeah.
It's
It's just a